Who doesn't like some additional income, especially with our economy and the risk on employment? We own two cash generating properties in Tokyo, and I will tell you everything about how we did it, how much money it's making, and what you need to know before getting started wherever you are living. Interested? Let's get started, and we'll do that as soon as you click the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. Let's get started. Hello everyone, I'm Yoram from Economia, your destination for financial independence, tips to invest and spend wisely. So you read the title and you just heard what I just said. So we're going to go straight into the content of what we're going to discuss today. But first, I need to tell you, I am not a financial advisor and I'm not here to ask you for money. This is just my opinion and my own experience, and this is just for entertainment and information purpose only. Do your own research before going and doing any investment, okay? Let's get started. First thing first, what is passive income? This is not the income from your 9-to-5 job or your regular everyday job. This is some income, some that comes from your side hustle, not your main activity. So you do that on the side, and it can be anything. Maybe you have an e-commerce startup that you're doing, some craft or selling, some things you're making or importing. Maybe you are teaching people to do something. Maybe you loan some money to someone and you're getting interest out of it. And maybe you're investing on the stock market and you're getting dividends. And today what we're talking about is about real estate passive income. Okay? So what is real estate passive income? Basically, it's the income you're going to get from a piece of real estate. That could be a studio, an apartment, a house, a piece of land that you own and that you're letting someone else use in exchange for rent. That's passive income. And you can do something else in the meantime. What you need to know before getting started with real estate. That's what we're discussing right now. So the obvious is you're not going to hit gold on your first real estate investment. Some might, but that's very rare. There's going to be mistakes and you're going to learn along the way. So that's the first one. Now, how do you get through it? The first thing you need to do is to learn about real estate. How do you do that? Well, you have a lot of online resources and a lot of very, very famous and successful real estate investors across the world. But just here online, you can start with Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a good start. Of course, Dave Ramsey has a lot of things to say about that. Then you can go to maybe Meet Kevin online or Graham Stephan, right? And also you can go for some podcasts like Bigger Pocket. It's really, really interesting. They have a website. They have tons of resources and forums to listen to. And there's also Morris Invest from Clayton Morris that has also a lot of things to say about the basics of real estate investing. So do your research and educate yourself about everything around real estate first before you take the first action. Second, you need to learn about the area where you're living in. Of course, some people would invest in far away areas, other provinces, other states, other countries as well. But at first, go into your own backyard. Look around. What is being bought? What is being rented? What is being sold? Go to the local real estate meetup if they happen. Talk to real estate agents and talk around the bankers. Know what's happening. So to have a better idea of what is being successful in your area. Now that you know a bit more about the area, you have to decide how you're going to invest, right? Are you going to invest on your own, alone, or are you going to call family, friends, or maybe some partners to bring your money in? That's important. And one of the reasons is maybe you don't have enough money to hand over cash at the beginning, so you're going to have to pull some money or ask someone to invest with you. Then another thing you want to think about is, are you going to invest under your own name or under a company like a limited liability company, LLC, a S corporation, or here in Japan what we call Godo Gaisha or GK. There are a lot of different ways. For that you need to think about the taxes, the liabilities, so you need to ask around and do your own research to know what's the best way. Do you have enough money? That was the beginning. Are you going to pay cash or do you need a bank to help you with some money? If that's the case, you need to go and meet the banks to understand what they can lend, under what condition, and at what price. And we know that now it's very expensive to borrow money. It's getting more and more expensive, not everywhere, but it is overall. Let's continue. Now you need to meet your team. Yes, it's not a game you can play just as a one person, okay? You're gonna need a real estate agent that's gonna help you find the deal and help you sign the deal. You're gonna need a property manager at some point. You're gonna need an accountant. You're gonna need a lawyer. You're gonna need a lot of people. And eventually, even if you invest on your own, the accountant is gonna come here. You have to tax, you have to file, and you have a lot of things to think, right? I mentioned property manager. If you have only one property, maybe once it's rented out, you can maybe manage things. But this is a job. You need to know a lot of things. And there are a lot of legal issues. You need to have people around to come and fix things. You need a network. So it's not something easy. It's a real job. You may want to give it to a property manager. And especially that you may have troubles, and usually troubles tend to happen in a weekend, late at night. Do you really want to get a phone call at midnight about broken toilets? I guess not. That's where the property manager is actually a very good idea. More on that a bit later. Now that you have your team, it's time to go and look for your deal. You know how much money you're going to invest, how you're going to invest, with whom, and you have a team. So look for, in the area, some properties that are in your price range, that have a good return on investment, meaning the gross return on investment, right? Is it 7, 8, 9, 10%? You're going to have a lot of expenses afterwards. So the higher, the better. Is it new? People like it. Are there people coming in the area? You need to look at all of those things. And you're going to go through a lot of offers. The first one is not going to be the best one. But maybe, here you go. You find a good one. You put an offer. The offer is accepted. You need to go into signing. You have to have all the papers. Your real estate agent is going to help you a lot. There's going to be a lot of legal things to go. You're not going to need a notary for the signature. Maybe there's going to be a need for an assessment depending on where you're living. So there's a lot of work going on there until you're able to sign. And of course, you need to have the money here to go and do things and make it happen. So that's a process. Going to take you 2 months, going to take you 3 months. But as you're going out and you finally find the property, it's going to be really, really good. Everything is signed. You got the keys. Now you need to go to the next step. And the next step is renting it out to start generating money, to start generating revenue. Maybe there was already someone in the house, the asset, which might be a studio or not a house, that you just bought, and there's also already a tenant. Good, but maybe there's no tenant. That's when you need the property manager to help you filter the candidate, find a good candidate, and then you're ready to go and start generating money. That's a lot of steps, isn't it? And it's not so easy at the beginnings. That's why you need to learn a lot. You need this team to support you, and you're going to make mistakes on the first deal you're going to do. That's normal, but that's experience that you can use for the next deals. So now that we've seen the first one, let's go into the details of what we've done, and I'm going to tell you about our mistakes and how much money it is generating in detail. As I said, we own 2 rental properties in the Tokyo area. So I'm going to give you the steps that we took to get there, and after we'll go into the numbers, okay? So the first thing I didn't want to invest under my name. I wanted to invest with a company because of the different advices that I got. So first, I created what's called a Godo Gaisha or GK, which is the equivalent of an LLC. There are a lot of different ways to set up companies depending on where you live. But I set up a company first with a bit of help. It took a month. Then I worked with my team. What I mean by my team is a real estate agent that at the time I had known for over 10 years. I really trusted. Told this real estate agent how much money I wanted to invest and what I wanted to do. So we started going through everything that was on the market, around 10% gross return on investment on a monthly basis, and we were looking at what was there. We found a studio that was exactly in our price range, made an offer, obviously, met the sellers, a bit of negotiation, then we went into the signing process. All the paperwork, meeting, all the signing, having the notary, paying the stamp duty, paying the commission, paying the actual price, and finally signing and having the official document. One thing I must say here is couldn't get a loan at this time, so it was completely financed 100% by cash at this time. That was an important point. Then once this was all done, we appointed property manager, happened to be the same as the real estate agent I was using. And we went and rented out, and money started coming in. And it was much easier when we went for the second property. So now let's go into the money details to give you an idea of where we are and to tell you exactly how it worked. So how much money for those properties and how much money do they generate every month? So property number one. This property is a studio, is a small studio. So the sales price was 6.2 million yen. And as you can see, there is the commission, there is the notary cost and the stamp duty that need to be paid. So the total was a tiny bit higher, as you can see, which is the equivalent of about $45,000. Then it's rented out. So it's rented out for 63,000 yen a month. Then as you can see, there's some cost. There's obviously a property manager commission. They take care of everything, so I don't have to. Then you have to pay for the HOA and also utilities. Part of the utilities is paid by me. Part of the utilities is paid by the tenant. So you can see total, the gross cash flow is about 46,000 yen a month, which is, I'm checking my notes, $320. Now let's go to property number two. The second property was at 10.5 million yen price. Then you add the commission, stamp duty, notary. We end up at 10.7 million yen in total, or about $74,000. Again, couldn't get a loan, so this is cash. So every month, as you can see, the rent is a bit higher at 81,000. Then we have, of course, the property manager. We have to pay the HOA. We don't pay utilities on this one. So in all, the cash flow is 63,000 yen a month, about $430. If you put the two together, it's about $700 plus per month, 100,000 yen. Not bad, right? It would have been better if I could leverage, get a loan, leverage some money, and buy something bigger, but at the time it didn't work. That's unfortunate, but it's not too bad. For the next one, because there's going to be a next one, I've already started talking with banks to see how much we could leverage. This time it won't be an apartment, it's going to be a house with the land. This house would be just for one tenant, or maybe it's going to be multiple tenant house with several doors. We'll see. Whatever happens, what I propose is that I'll take you on the ride together and we'll see all the steps together. We'll document it and see how it works. If you made it that far, thank you very much. I hope you learned a lot about our journey into real estate investing and generating passive income with real estate. And maybe it gave you some ideas, or maybe you already have the ideas and you're doing differently. In that case, I would like to hear about you into the comments section down below. It's not the only way to generate passive income. Obviously, I mentioned them at the beginning, but I also mentioned them in another video. If you want to watch it, I'm linking it in the corner right now so you can have a look and tell me what you think. That's it for today. If you like this content or learned something, please give it a like. Do not hesitate to subscribe for more content to come very soon. And if you have any question, any tip to share with people, or want to hear about different type of content that you want to tell us about, do not hesitate to leave a comment down below. Thank you again, and until next time, goodbye.